Hey, friends! Welcome to Chatting with Chuck. It's so good to be with you today. It's the first Chatting with Chuck of spring.
But we are consistently welcoming people with jazz hands.
Indeed we are. I just closed, I had it. Did you know everyone thinks the sun is too heavy to carry? But really it's very light. You know why the sun doesn't go to school?
It's too bright.
It's already the brightest. Sun's really mad at the clouds because they keep throwing shade. That one goes out to Nancy Stuckwish. Anyway, good to be with you. Happy spring. And we're here to answer your questions live on stream. To do that, you got to get them in the chat. So please leave your questions down in the chat. We will come to them in a little while. But first, we're going to begin the way we do every week with a word from God's Word with Pastor Chuck.
We were talking just a little bit earlier this morning with some of the executive ministry team, and it's a verse we looked at from Proverbs chapter 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your body and refreshment to your bones. You know, most of us, or many people already knew Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, but we don't always think about the following verses, especially verse 8 that says, you know, when we put God first, we just trust Him, it'll be healing to our bones, because when we get nervous and anxious about all the things happening in life around us, when we get nervous and anxious about what's going to happen tomorrow, then it can make us physically ill. It can affect us physically. In fact, if we're not spiritually right, that affects our mind, will, and body. And so that's why Jesus says, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's got enough problems of its own. Seek first His kingdom and His righteousness. God's going to take care of the rest. And so we're going to trust our times to God's hands, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening around us. We're going to trust, as the psalmist says, our times are in God's hands, and we're going to look to Him for wisdom and strength. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying there won't be times of anxiousness or fear. But when we take that and we give it to the Lord, then He gives us His peace beyond understanding. And it becomes healing to our bodies. We're not carried away by all that's happening because we know God is in control. So we pray, Heavenly Father, as we think a lot about what's happening in our country, think about what's happening in our world, it's causing a lot of nervousness for a lot of people. But we remember today that it's not new to You, and You saw it coming. And we're trusting in You and believing in You. Bless our time together this day, right now in this moment, and in our time of worship this evening. We thank You in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I think it's interesting. This is a great reminder of how what we're thinking and feeling manifests in physical form, and caring for our bodies partly is giving those burdens up to God, and that's one of the way that God's working through that process of surrendering and giving that stuff back to God, is bringing healing.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, get your questions in the chat. We're going to get to those. But first, we're going to talk about a few items. So we were kind of contemplating what we should talk about at the top of the show today. And we had some people ask us about, we talked about donating to relief efforts in Ukraine on a previous show and in the announcements at church through Lutheran World Relief. But sometimes we want to, is there something I can do? I feel like I can send off the money, okay, but what else can I do personally to help with relief efforts? Because I'm just one person here in Western New York. So I don't know. What do you think about that, Pastor?
I feel so grateful for that question, because there's some things that we can do, and by far the greatest thing we can do is pray, and pray that God bring peace to that area. But when you think about praying for the people, remember, pray for the Russians as well. Who knows what's going on in their mind? Who knows who's in power? But from what I have heard, whether or not, a lot of the people in the country, because of their news, don't know what's happening, and they don't understand it. And we can pray for them. And it's interesting because my new neighbors by my house are Russian, and so we want to pray, and we want to pray for the Russians as well. We want to pray for the Ukraine people. It's horrible, just horrible the things that are happening. So the greatest thing we can do by far is pray, because God has the ability to change. And the second thing I can do is personally I can give, and we're giving to Lutheran World Relief. But there's just something about when you want to help, you don't know what to do, sitting down and writing out a check or putting money in an envelope and writing, God help the Ukraine people through this gift, and turning that into church. But that's one thing you can do. And there are some events happening locally here and there. I don't know them all, but you can make a difference by your prayers and by your personal gifts.
Well, and you talk about your neighbor being Russian, right? There may be that we have people in our circles who are either Ukrainian descent, or maybe they're from Ukraine or from Russia, Russian descent, right? We have a reaction to what's going on, but it's probably a very different reaction to what people who have ancestral ties to those areas, or more recent ties to the area. And, not everybody obviously has somebody in their circles that's that way, but maybe there's an opportunity there, or maybe reaching out to, because we probably have some, I know in Cleveland they have a big Ukrainian Orthodox
Parma.
church. In Parma, yeah, there's
Parma
a
is
big.
the second largest Ukrainian population in the U.S., or?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was
Yeah, there's a huge Ukrainian church. We passed it when I was in Cleveland. We were on our way to, my mom and I were going golfing, and we passed the Ukrainian church. But, maybe there's a local Ukrainian Orthodox church. I don't know. I didn't.
There are two here in town.
Okay, so maybe they have some ideas for what to do. Yeah, but I feel like sometimes it does feel helpless, like, what can I really do? But I think, we talk about praying, and sometimes we say, oh, yeah, of course, praying, and we don't really think about that actually does make a difference.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're watching the news, you can help you maybe pray some more specifics. I've been to Kiev.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, never got out of the airport, but I've been there.
Were you going somewhere else? Was this on the way to China, Nepal?
Israel.
Something?
No, we went
to Israel.
The group from here, we stopped and changed planes in Kiev.
Oh, interesting. How was the airport?
Backwards. This part I was in.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Left is right and right is left?
No. You landed, you had to get out. There was no pulling up the gate. You got out of the plane and walked in, and it was a little confusion. And
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Sue went there too, to Kiev, on her way to Israel.
Yeah.
Was that same trip?
Yep, we were together.
all right. Cool. All right, sorry. If you have ideas too for what might be good personal ways to help with things in Ukraine, we'd love to hear them. You can get in touch with us or leave them in the chat if you're here. Not a lot of people are here today. I forgot to post on Facebook, so.
Well, it happens every Wednesday.
I know. I'm so bad about posting on Facebook. But you would think our devoted listeners would know without my reminder.
Oh, well.
They're all going to watch later.
Well, Sue's here, so.
Oh, wait, is today the Opus Day? Are they out somewhere? Is Opus doing something today? I feel like every now and then we coincide with an Opus event,
I
out.
do not know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Aren't
Okay.
you the guest speaker at the next
No, I'm the guest speaker in April.
Oh.
I don't know if they had a March event. I don't know what they're doing. All right, well, anyway, let's get to the other things. So tonight is church. It's a Wednesday during Lent, and we are into Passion Reading 3.
I
that
love
right?
the Passion readings.
Yeah, Passion Reading 3. And we've got a testimony this evening from...
Sam Galuzza. I love Sam. I love the fact Sam's, when I first asked him, said, I don't really have a story. It's not true. He's got a great story, so I'm excited about it.
Turns out there is a story.
There is a wonderful story.
How many times... I had somebody ask me if we struggle to find people to give testimonies, and I said, well, we need about 6 or 7. I couldn't remember. I think it's 6 in a season. And my guess was we ask maybe 10 people. It turns out a lot of people actually say yes. But as you're asking people, how many times do you hear people say, I don't have a story?
A lot of times, a lot. Especially people that were raised in the church, which Sam was not. But people that are raised in the church think, "Oh, I don't have a story." I love. I could tell you so many people who said that, and they have great stories. I can name names, but they're just everybody has a story. In fact, I love to have those who've been raised in church share at least one or two of those every year, because it's so important to know. It gives us such hope to say, hey, I can raise my child in the faith, and they could be one of those that grow up and say, I always knew the Lord. That's my desire. I want to be able to raise children that always they think about their life, and they'll think, man, my parents always told me about the Lord. I always knew Jesus. That's awesome. I wish that had been my story.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I told you this. I didn't tell anybody else, but my
breaking news.
One of my life groups said, we want to hear your story. It's like, I shared mine. I wasn't here then, and it's been 13 years. But
I wonder if we have a recording of it. I don't
know.
We might have been. That might have been pre-recording testimonies.
I don't know. But that was.
It's certainly not available on our website right now.
No,
it's from the old archives.
I'll look at the tape archive.
The tape archive.
Yeah, but,
I think we transcribed that on a tablet of stone.
We've been doing that for 13 years, so it's been 13 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to look back and see. I have the old. They used to be posted on a WordPress blog. We used to have the sermons posted on a WordPress blog if we recorded the audio.
I remember those days. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll have to go. We'll look into that. Okay. So this week is Sam Galuzza. He's on our ministry council. He's vice president on the ministry council. So that's a group that kind of is tasked with thinking about the big picture at First Trinity and kind of looking ahead, policies that kind of govern the entire church body in a way. And they serve at the request of the congregation through a voters meeting where they elect those officers. So they kind of serve on behalf of the congregation. But thanks to Sam for doing his testimony. Next week, Adam Barna will be our testimony. He serves in middle school ministry, and he did the dance lessons with Jordan. And so he'll be next week. And the following week is going to be Dennis Bear. So that's what we've got. And we're still working on one more for Maundy Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
All right. We got a busy weekend here at First Trinity. We've got, and out and about, because Friday night we're hosting the Olympics, which should be a lot of fun. There's Family Olympic Night. Stacy DeCenzo and Jen Florio, our kind of youth ministry team. Stacy is a volunteer, and she leads events for middle school students, but Jen is on staff, and she's kind of the director of all the high school ministry activities here, and they're together throwing a big Family Olympic Night on Friday. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Jen is in school as well.
Jen's going to school to become a director of Christian education, get a master's in theology.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so that's Friday. If you're interested, I think there's still time. Check the website for the details if you want to come and sign up. Then on Saturday, I think we decided if people come tonight, they can still sign up in person in the lobby. We've got our tour of Compass Care with FT for Life. So they're going to go tour the facility, see what kind of ministry happens there. We're going to get to talk to some of the nurses or leaders.
It'll be there'll be someone there to give the tour. It's at the corner of Main and Eggert, basically. That's where they're going to meet. It's really on Eggert. And it's a phenomenal facility. So it should be a very exciting time. We've already got at least 10 people signed up, and I know a couple more that will. So.
Nice. Breaking news, Adam Schefter wants me to know Tyreek Hill could be on the move.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah, he's from the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Anything we can do to weaken the Chiefs. Yeah, anyway. Okay,
if
so
be on the move to the Bills, it'd be even better.
That would be even better. All right, so Compass Care on Saturday, and then Sunday, we've got some guests coming to the late service.
Yes,
Do you know who they
yes,
are?
Yeah, it took me a minute because
What is that lead in for?
Yeah, Sunbeam. Woo!
Sunbeam Sunday is back.
Yeah.
We get to have our preschool families in the church singing, and they're having an art show afterwards, so the families will stick around, go to the art show.
Yeah.
The teachers are all hard at work getting the art hung it's actually in the gym lobby and in the classrooms in the preschool building, so it should be a really fun day. Preschool, always love to have them in church,
Is that what we call that the gym lobby now?
I think. I
Oh.
think it's the gym lobby.
Okay.
What did it used to be called prior to the gym lobby? What was the
Hall of Faith?
Hall of Joy?
Hall of Joy.
Yes.
Hall
Did
of
it
Joy.
have Joy? Because Joy was the gym, right? We called the gym Joy.
I remember.
Because they both start with J.
Okay. I don't know.
Joy, Jim.
But anyway, it's I love having the kids here singing. It's so fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, should be a great time. Preschool registration, by the way, is open for everybody now. We are pretty full in the 2s and 3s. There's our Friday 2s class that doesn't have anybody signed up yet. There's 8 spots available there. And I think there's only 1 spot left in the 3s is what I heard. But there are still spaces available in the 3-day 4s. The 5-day 4s are full, but the 3-day 4s have 8 or 9 spaces available, something like that. They've got 5, and we've still got some room there. So that one is usually slower to fill up. So if you're interested, you know somebody in the right age group, great opportunity to sign up to be a part of our preschool. And if you know someone who would be interested in the 4s, but they might need some financial assistance, we're launching a new scholarship.
Yes, we've had a couple of people come forward. I don't know if we can name names, but to
No,
come
we
forward.
can't. Very
They
hush
wanted-
hush.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not even
they
sure who all
wanted
they
to really do this for the preschool families, and they feel really strong about that ministry, and they wanted to help some people that maybe could not consider it before be able to do this.
Yeah, so the idea will be it's kind of, we're still working out all the specifics, but it basically will run like our we have another scholarship for people pursuing church work.
Which is funny, because now we have church work, college and seminary, or preschool.
Yeah. So the idea is there's like a principle that is continuing to grow, and the interest can help pay for tuition. And so if you want to support that, you can get in touch with me. I'd be happy to share the details. But the scholarship information for prospective families it's going to go live on the preschool website, firsttrinitypreschool.com, on the enrollment page pretty soon. We're finalizing some of the language and requirements, and then it'll go up. I think there's a meeting today, so maybe we'll have it up there later today, maybe later this week. We'll see. But anyway, getting finalized soon. Watch the firsttrinitypreschool.com website for details. Very cool stuff. Great ministry over in the preschool too.
It's really
Yeah, good stuff.
awesome. Yep.
All right, so this weekend, pretty big. Also big coming up is Holy Week. We've talked about this before, but just to kind of hit the highlights. Donkey Noel and some of her friends are going to be here on Palm Sunday. That's April 10th. And there were questions about, are they going to be at all the services? And the short answer is yes, on Sunday morning.
On Sunday morning, right.
All through the services. So before early service through late service. And during the education hour, we'll have some special activities for kids to participate with Noel the Donkey. So that's Palm Sunday, April 10th. Thursday of that week.
Bring your cameras.
Bring your cameras. Thursday of that week, Maundy Thursday, we'll have, we think, a testimony. We'll have a passion reading. We'll have the stripping of the altar. We'll have the Lord's Supper, not in that order.
That's what I was thinking.
We'll get to experience the gift of the Lord's Supper together. And then Friday, Good Friday, Tenebrae, not Tenebrae. It's like Tenebrae. Still service of darkness, but a little bit different structure.
Tenebrae light.
It's not like it's not built on the 7 last words of Christ. It's actually prophecies concerning the death of Jesus. We'll hear the prophecy in the Old Testament and respond with the fulfillment in the New. And we'll have a short sermon, trivia question. We'll tell you at the end of the show if we remember. What is a short sermon called when it's when it lists in the bulletin? It's not listed as sermon or message. It has a different word. Answer at the end of the show.
Yeah, but because
we
the
remember.
service is, while a short message is important. This is going to be a lot of readings and singing.
It's a little bit like lessons and carols, but also different. So.
Yeah, so I love that.
It's new to us. It'll be fun. I think it's going to be a great service. All right. And then Saturday, April 16th, we'll do an Easter Vigil. Very similar to an Easter service, just a little bit different flavor. Kind of starts in darkness. It's an evening service, so it'll be a little darker out. We can begin in darkness, but very quickly move into the Easter celebration, and the lights will come back on because that's Easter for a lot of our Saturday folks. So it is an Easter service, but it just is a little bit different character. It will be, I think, did we decide to stream that, Producer Jim? Yeah, we're going to stream that. So if you don't want to come in for the service, you can stream that one and come to your Sunday morning Easter service if you want to get a sense for what a vigil is like, and then Easter services on Sunday morning. Now, important Easter Sunday information, though. We are looking for people to partner with us in providing plants, or we're looking for people who want plants. If you want to get a plant for Easter, an Easter lily or yellow or purple mums, there's an order form on our website, firsttrinity.com/flowers. By the way, speaking, because I don't know if everybody knows this, you can type in specific addresses like firsttrinity.com/flowers, and it sends you to the right page. You have been doing much better at saying FT Gives at worship.
Yes, I'm a professional.
I think you've got it down now.
Yes, I am a professional.
Way to go. ftgives.com forwards directly to the giving portal. Firsttrinity.com/give goes to a page explaining the options to give.
Okay.
That's the difference. But ftgives.com, well done.
I got to say, though, I'm a little disappointed you didn't laugh at my Tenebrae light, because he's kind of a nice pun there.
I did laugh. It just,
Okay.
it was my mic wasn't on.
Oh, okay.
So you couldn't hear.
I muted it. It was my
It was muted.
yeah,
My
okay.
mic was muted. You couldn't hear. Yeah, if you want to buy flowers, the deadline is March 31st, so it is coming up. It's also linked on the very front of our website, and it'll be in the e-news again this week, the link to buy flowers. So if you want to get that in, do it by March 31st, because we do need to order on April 1st, and I'm told that's not an April Fool's joke. We really are going to order on April 1st. So that makes sure we get the flowers
Only
here
a
in
week.
time.
You only have 1 week.
Yes, one more week.
Get her done.
And all right, so that's that. And then on Easter Sunday, we've got the breakfast back. Jen told us today she's really excited about it. Stacy will be
Yeah,
helping
yeah.
out. And we bought pancake scoops. I wasn't allowed to bring them down. Someone vetoed. We could try them out live, pancake scooping. But anyway, it's going to be a good breakfast. Should be fun.
Yes.
10 o'clock on Easter Sunday, followed by Easter egg hunt resurrection party for the kids at 10:30. Might be candy. You never know.
And then part of the Easter service is the Easter offering.
Easter offering. Yes, who are we supporting this year?
This year, St. Luke's Mission of Mercy in town. So we've been doing the PB&J project with for a few years.
April 2nd. Don't miss it.
That'll be April 2nd this year, right? And but they do a lot. They do more than just, we take that food down there and then they distribute it. But they do more than just distribute food. And so we thought, well, since we've been doing just food, it might be nice to also help them with some of the other things that they do. So we're kind of excited about that one.
Should be fun. All right. Great stuff. Easter is so fun. I love the Holy Week run from Palm Sunday all the way
Yes.
through Easter. If you've never, I say this a lot, but if you've never experienced all of the services of Holy Week, really encourage you to make this year, the year you give it a try, and just come be a part of that journey. It's a really cool process as we walk from the kind of the exuberant joy of entering into Jerusalem, and then it suddenly takes a turn, but ends in great joy on Easter Sunday. Yeah. All righty. That's all we got. Time for your questions and corrections and answer to our trivia question. We should do a trivia question every week and give the answer at the end of the show. That could be a new bit.
That could be.
Like
I
church
like it.
trivia.
I like that.
I like it. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right, so there we go. Back to the beginning. What is your favorite kind of soup?
My favorite kind of soup. I like chicken and wild rice. That's really good.
The Panera chicken wild rice and a sourdough bread bowl is really
And
good.
I do like pasta fajoule. And they have no, that's enough.
I think you're making up words there.
Yeah, Olive Garden.
Pasta fajoule.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I like that. I like creamy soups. Lobster bisque. Does that count as a bisque, a soup?
Sure.
Lobster bisque. I'm
Yeah,
going to go with
it comes in a
lobster
bowl and you
bisque.
give it a spoon. Why
Yeah.
not?
All right, I'm going to count it. Lobster bisque. There's a soup joint to just open across the street.
Yeah, right.
Buff City
And it
Soap.
cleans your system too.
All right, yeah, Buff City Soap opened across the street. We think it every time I see the sign, I think it should be a soup place,
Not a
but
great font choice.
it's not. All right, from the text line, and since there was no text line last week, what was up last week? Oh, you weren't here to get us the text line
That's
question.
right.
That's right. Okay, so we have a two-parter from Jennifer on the text line. She'd like to know, what is your favorite room in your house, and what chore do you do in that room? Oh, it's not my favorite if I have to do a chore.
Yeah, no, I
Favorite room in the house, and what's a chore you might do in that room?
kitchen, and I enjoy cooking.
Kitchen, and you enjoy cooking. Let's see. My favorite room in the house. I like the living room because it's got we got the bay window, and we flip our TV's not mounted on the wall, so we can kind of rearrange a little bit easier. So we sometimes put the couch on the non-window side and the TV kind of in the corner, and then you can look out the bay window. So if it's internal room, that would be my favorite. External, I like my porch. I
That's
do
not
my
room.
I know that's the problem, but I do like the porch because I can put my as late spring, I'll do my homework out there. I'll do my reading out on the porch, curl up with a blanket, say hi to the mail lady when she comes by.
I have a solo stove.
Oh
for
yeah,
the smoke, and
I keep seeing
so I
those
enjoy
ads.
taking those out. I almost bought it out this last week because it was just the right temperature.
They're hawking a new model that's even bigger and better.
Bigger? I gotta have a bigger one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine's
You
fine.
like the solo stove?
I do.
Yeah. I don't know if I can have a solo
But
stove.
it's just before work camp last year.
Yeah, it was my first
Yeah,
use. I
we
think.
got together at your house for it. All right. Okay, and what chore do I do in the living room? I
corral the kids.
corral the kids into cleaning up the living room. That's a kid chore, but it takes marshaling. I would say I do the floor mopping because we have hardwood, so I do the cleaning of the floor, and we have a tradition. Strong word. Tradition every Christmas when we tear everything out. When we're setting up for Christmas, we tear everything out of the room, and that's when we wash the wood.
Baseboards.
Well, yeah, baseboards, but also the half paneling, the wainscoting, yeah, up to the chair rail. That's when we wash it all with Murphy's oil
Oh,
soap.
nice.
So keep it nice and looking clean. All right. On the porch, I sweep the helicopters off.
Yeah,
So
yeah. right.
Although I might not have helicopters this year because my tree came down. They finally took my tree down. Although I think they're more from the neighbor's tree than mine. Okay. Let's see. Opus doesn't have anything in March. Fine. Oh, Susan Whitehead has a funny story about bathrooms at the Kiev airport. Oh, but it's not really suitable for chatting. Yes, everybody does have a testimony for how God has worked in their life. Jen says, thanks for the shout out. There's still time to sign up. People can even show up the day of the Family Olympics without signing up for any event we host. Wow, that is a bold statement to be making on a program with this kind of circulation.
She hosts.
Is that right?
And Stacy.
Maybe.
There is the she and Stacy.
All right, that's fair.
okay.
Oh, we've been corrected. Celebration. The gym was called Celebration,
Yep,
not
that
Joy.
makes
What was
sense, 'cause we
Joy?
had
Why did we
worship in
call it the
there.
Hall of Joy? Joy was just its own thing.
Yes. Yeah, just all the joy. We wanted
The
to
upper
use
level
faith
was
names.
Mercy,
Yeah, we wanted to use faith names.
faith names.
But yeah, celebration because we used to worship in there.
Oh yeah, the contemporary service used to be in the gym in the summers. Not the traditional folks though. They got
No.
to suffer in the hot sanctuary.
Yes.
How long was it hot though? Like 2 months? How long was it? I mean, was it bad in there? I don't remember because we got air conditioning not long after I got here.
Well, it was bad enough.
It was bad enough that we got air conditioning, and we used to work
Especially
in the
for weddings.
library on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we did. That's why we have a
right.
piano in the library. We could worship, and then we had to set up the little chairs
I remember
for
that,
Saturday
yeah.
night service.
That's right.
And we got air conditioning first, but then did we move them into the sanctuary first? At some point, we decided we would why aren't we using the organ in the whatever? And we moved in the sanctuary, and that service grew a little bit because we had more room.
I don't know why we. I think maybe we just did the summer in there, in the library.
Think so? I thought Saturday was always, the 5:30 was always
No.
in the,
No, because I remember when I first got here, it was in the sanctuary.
it was? Okay, all right, fine. Let's see. Jinx. Sue and Jordan, celebration at the same time. Who vetoed the pancake making? I'm not sure.
It was I. 'Twas I, because
I was just going to have it on display. It was just like a little, we
but
need
if
a
you-
centerpiece.
If you hadn't ruined it, we could have brought it in next week, and people could have guessed what it is.
Could have ruined it.
Yeah, but
Wow.
now, but I want
Seems like an
I want
accusation.
Jen to use it to make us breakfast, and so she needs it so she can practice.
Plus parties. I don't know what that means, Sue. Sue says, yes, the upper level was mercy.
Celebration.
Oh, celebration was gym, worship, and parties in the gym. I see. Okay. It was hot. It was very hot, she says. Okay, the trivia answer. To be fair, I was first. Jordan was second.
On the Jinx.
On the Jinx. That's true. Well, no, on my chart, Jordan was first. See, that's what's confusing. All right, so the answer to the trivia question, what do you call a short sermon when it's not called a sermon or a message? It is a...
Not by Pastor John. Oh no, it's called.
You know, some people think your sermons are too short.
Yes, I have had a request to make my sermons longer. Anyway, a short message is called a homily.
A homily.
Homily,
Yes.
not to be confused with hominy.
Is that when you sing on...
That's
like,
grits.
you sing on
Grits
key?
and hominy.
Or you sing like just a third of a step up from somebody? That's homily?
And you're from Boston?
You're from Boston? Yeah.
No, it's a homily.
Homily. Okay, so there'll be a homily on Good Friday. And then we jump into the rest of the thing. All right. Sir Middle. That's a good guess.
Yeah, that was
Sir
a good
Middle.
guess.
Yeah. All right. That's all we got. No more questions. Let's see. This weekend we're preaching on something
This is-
from Matthew.
The saints, the miraculous raising of the saints.
I can't wait for this because this is such... I was talking to Jordan about this. This is like a crazy little detail. And it just gets like one line in the gospel and that's it.
And the other gospels don't talk about it.
Like
How
what
can
in
you
the
not
world?
talk about it?
How do you omit this fact?
So what are you going to say about it?
I don't think I'm preaching, but the saints, the people rise up. They just died. Probably, I don't know. They can't be dead that long.
Why?
Could they have been dead for a long time? Could this be people like 500 years dead?
Why not?
Oh my word! It just gets stranger and stranger.
Yeah.
So they're dead, and at the death of Jesus, they rise up and they start going through the city preaching,
Is that when they?
but not for a few days.
Maybe, that's right. So
Maybe.
we're going to figure out who these people were. I'm going to tell you. And when they rose from the dead, I'm going to tell you. And then I might have a little bit of speculation here and there, but I'll tell you if I'm just speculating.
It's
What-
crazy. It's a crazy story.
It is, and I'm just telling you, it would have scared me.
That would have been terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
in
was a
fact-
crazy day.
I had a committal service. I was a little worried about yesterday. I was a little worried about it.
Yeah. But seriously, Jan Worth's here. Jan Worth got homily. We already gave the answer, Jan, but you get credit.
Yeah,
Way to
well,
go. She's like, I'll wait till they say the answer, then
You
I'll.
get free pancakes from the
Free
pancake
pancakes
maker.
at the breakfast. All right. Oh, Jan Worth, since you're here.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
people were talking about you today at the Daily. I heard there's a reunion gathering tonight for the IF folks, and they're hoping you bring something delicious.
Yeah, so
And
the question is, do I need to
we're
have my
hoping
wife
to.
stop at Chipotle again or not?
Yeah, let us know. All right. That's it. That's what we're preaching on. This is going to be great. That's going to be a good sermon.
Well, it's going to be informative, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope I'm not setting you up for something like.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Jason's really gonna be terrible. Don't tell him that. No, I think it's gonna be good. And all right, so that's it. That's all we got. No more questions in here. They're still discussing who was first on the celebration, but we'll have to take that somewhere else offline.
No,
all right.
who's on first?
Who's on first? What's on second? All right, well, friends, thanks for joining us for the first spring episode of Chatting with Chuck this spring. Hope to see you at church tonight. Sam Galutz will be here to do the testimony. If not tonight, maybe on Sunday or Saturday. Love to see you there.
Bye-bye.
Bye.